Well, hello and welcome to a new random video. And on this video, guys, we're here for another patch notes video. This time for patch 14.12. I haven't seen a thing about what's gonna happen on this patch. I just know that I logged in League of Legends and the patch was out, and something about this new, well, legend something like something for Faker. I don't know. It's happening. I know that there's a new polemic Hari skin out. But let's not talk about that. Let's go for what matters. Let's go for the nerfs, for the buffs and adjustments. For nerfs, we have Akali, Akshan, Ashe, Blitzcrank, Mastery, Rek'Sai, Skarner, Tryndamere, Twisted Fate. Akali, Akshan, Ashe, Blitzcrank, Mastery. Tryndamere was really needing it. But for example, Mastery wasn't needing it. Mastery was fine. For buffs, we have Ezreal, Carmen, Fury, Nyla, Talon, Vladimir, Yone, and Yumi. Okay, I'm fine with the buffs, and I'm not that fine with the nerfs. And they just Aatrox, Corki, and then there's something happening to the items, but let's check it out. Hall of Legends. I don't give a damn about this. Champions, Aatrox, okay. Base health reduced, armor growth increased. Okay, that's not gonna change much. His E now has okay, this changes things. So his E doesn't have a permanent healing. It heals less on the permanent part, but then it increases based on your bonus health. So this makes people that play with Aatrox want to build more health items. Will this make Aatrox go for a more tanky build? I don't know. Umbral Dash's healing is no longer increased by that during World Ender. Oh. And now increased healing. Oh, okay, so now it's part of the ultimate. Okay, no problem. Akali. Now it was only changed on the Shuriken's flip. Total damage. Now it got decreased by quite some good amount. But then it increased the AD scaling and decreased the AP scaling. Okay, note the first hit of Akali's Shuriken flip deals 30% of the ability total damage, and the second hit deals the remaining 7%. Okay. I didn't know this. I don't play with Akali. Okay, this was nerfed, definitely. Will we see more AD Akalis? I don't know. Action. Damage. With AP. Well, hold on, this is from the passive, okay. So it got increased early on, but decreased later on, which makes sense because action later on is actually really OP. And now the levels, okay, so I don't think this was much of a nerf for the buff. Heroic Swing, damage per shot. Okay, now, okay, this was a nerf. So his E now deals less damage. So yeah, overall this is a nerf for action, but it's not a heavy nerf. So if you guys like to play with action, you can go with it. Ashe, from a passive. Please tell me you damn nerfed the slow from her passive. Damage against targets with frost. Oh no, it's other thing. Fuck. 120% plus critical strike chance, not 150%. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. If they nerf the slow that Ashe deals on her passive, like when she's hitting and you automatically get a slow, that would be interesting. Blitzcrank, base health decreased, and passive mana barrier duration increased to 10 seconds. Whoa. Well, I don't know why they did this. They want Blitzcrank to be in more, like, long fights with his mana barrier, but the mana barrier is not going to last that long. I don't know. I don't know why they did this. But okay, that's a buff to the shield, but that's a nerf to the health. Overall, I think this was a nerf. Corki. Base attack damage decreased, attack speed growth increased. Okay. So this doesn't tell me much. Magic damage from the Q. 120 bonus AD, 70% AP. Now to... So it has more damage later on. Flat damage. But now it scales more with AP. Okay. So Riot wants to make sure that Corgis get back to the AP builds probably. I don't know. And the cooldown got decreased. So overall, I think this is above. The E. Physical damage, please tell me you nerfed this. Thank you. They did nerf this. Okay, and armor and magic resist shred got decreased. Thank you. And the mana cost increased. Thank you. Okay, so overall, yeah, this is like it's a buff on the Q and the nerf on the E. The Corki's E was too OP, so thank you for actually nerfing it. And they tried to compensate by buffing the Q. Okay, fine by me. Ezreal. Attack damage growth increased. Q Mystic Shots damage. It increased on the total based on the AD. Okay, so this means that this Q is gonna deal more damage as the game progresses. And the ultimate, it now increased slightly, but more later on. Okay, that's an interesting buff. It's not like a huge buff to Ezreal, but it's an interesting buff. Karma on the E, shield value. So I think shield value they mean like the amount of shield. The amount of shield got buffed for later on. Okay. The bonus movement speed got buffed. The Defiance bonus shield got buffed. And Defiance secondary target bonus movement speed duration got buffed. This means that they are buffing Karma support. Okay. Let me see if they are actually saying that. Karma is still quite weak, but as our strongest role is currently support, we have a lot of room to buffer without mid lane Karma becoming problematic. Thank you, right? Yes, I do think that Karma needs to be on the support role. Because I'm a support player and I like to play with champions that are supports. And I get tired very quickly of playing the champions that are on meta, and I always try to like create my own meta, and if Riot gives me more champions that I can play with, I appreciate it. Mastery. His Q got nerfed. I don't know why Riot is doing this. Initial damage reduction nerfed, and the cooldown increased. Riot, Mastery didn't need a nerf. You guys buffed it previous patch because he was incredibly weak, and now because people actually started playing a little bit more with him, you are already nerfing him. No, let people play with Mastery. Mastery is fine. Naafiri, passive, we are more. Backmate attack damage increased. Okay, I like that. Naafiri was needing a buff. No one was playing with Naafiri. Darkin daggers. Okay, so it... hold on, what was the changes? So it was this damage again versus minions and medium to large monsters, and now it's versus minions and non-epic monsters. So it's basically against all monsters that are not dragons or heralds or barons. Okay. Why? Okay. Heal on blade target, champion Zuli. Okay, so they are trying to put Naafiri on the jungle, I guess. I can see that happening. I can see Naafiri feeding well on the jungle. She has a way of ganking with her point and click engage, so I don't have a problem with putting Naafiri on the jungle. That can actually be the best place for her. And the cooldown got decreased early on. Okay, perfect. Sounds fine for me. Nilah. Health regen increase and armor growth increase. Okay, they just slightly buffed Nilah because people don't actually like much to play with her. I've seen some of my AD carries playing with Nilah, but they're definitely not the majority. The majority of the AD carries that I see like to go with Caitlyn, and I fucking hate to play against Caitlyn. I like to have a Caitlyn on my team. I hate to play against a Caitlyn. Rek'Sai, the Q, bonus attack speed decreased, and the W on and Burrow, which means when it's coming out of the soil, the damage got decreased. Okay, I don't think Rek'Sai was needing a nerf. Rek'Sai was fine, but okay. Skarner. Base health decreased, health growth increased. Okay, so this doesn't. This only means that Skarner is weaker later on, stronger later on. And the passive. Sorry, guys. The passive. So the damage that it deals based on level of the target's maximum health now got decreased early on and increased later on. So yeah, they're basically nerfing Skarner early on and buffing him for the later levels. Okay. Talon. Q cast time not scales with attack speed. Okay. Jungle modifier. Jungle modifier. So, what is this jungle modifier? Is this like the damage modifier? I don't know. Outgoing damage. Overall. Okay, so this is a slight buff for Talon. Not a huge buff, but it's something. Tryndamere. Bonus attack speed from his Q got decreased. Okay. Tryndamere was really needing a nerf. The E, physical damage, got... Okay, so the damage got decreased just slightly. So they just barely nerfed Tryndamere. I don't think this is enough to put Tryndamere back to his... the place where he should be, because he's so crazy strong. But okay, right? At least it's something. Twist of Fate. Attack damage growth decreased. The Q. Magic damage. The damage flat stays the same. So now it scales a little bit less with AP. Okay. And the double pick a card. Mana cost. Mana cost got increased early on. Okay. And blue card mana restored also got increased early on. Okay. This means that you gotta coordinate more your mana costs if you're playing. This is totally a nerf for Twisted Fate on mid lane. But this means that now if you play with Twisted Fate on mid lane, you're gonna have to coordinate what you're doing. So things will get crazy for you. You can actually go out of mana really quickly now. Victor. Q2 now works on towers. Okay. The Arcane Trailer just dropped. Victor gets okay. So they simply buffing Victor because Arcane Trailer just dropped. Okay. Okay, right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Discharge. Victor's Q empowered auto attack now applies on towers. It's funny that you are actually buffing a champion just because of Arcane, but okay. Vladimir, the W. Current health cost decreased. Thank you. Healing of pre-medication damage increased. Thank you. This is quite a good buff. Bonus health ratio. Okay. This is a significant buff to Vladimir's W. And Vladimir is a champion that doesn't show up very often, so maybe we start seeing some Vladimirs now. Yone, base armor increase. That's just a slight buff to Yone. Yumi, her E got nerfed, now her cooldown... No, got buffed. Now her cooldown is the same at all ranks, and the ultimate heal per hit now got buffed by 10. Okay, yeah, that's just a slight buff to Yumi. The items, Lord Dominic's Regard, Hidden Recipes, it was Last Whisper and Clock of Agility. Okay, now it's Last Whisper, Non-Quiver, and 150 gold. This is because the Non-Quiver also got a change. Item Recipe was Longsword and Clock of Agility, plus for 4,500. Now it's Longsword, and Clock of Agility, plus 100 gold. Okay. And attack damage got decreased. Okay, right. Scout Slingshot. New item type is Dagger plus 600. Now it's Dagger plus 200. Okay, so it's basically so you can kinda build for the item easier easily, so you can actually like don't have to wait so much gold in order to buy something. It doesn't power spike that hardly. Note rapid fire cannon runs, Hurricane and Psychic Shield total gold costs are unchanged. Okay. So basically now it's 100 gold cheaper. Fine. Static Sheath. Irem Recipes was Scout, Slingshot, Rectrix, and 1000 gold. Now it's Scout, Slingshot, Rectrix, and Pickaxe plus 225 gold. Yeah, it's exactly the same. They're trying not to make, when you get the item, such a big power spike. They're trying to make more like you build to the power spike more, like you can show more easily that you are getting close to the power spike. And you can actually take more, like you can use the item earlier on, even though you don't have it completed, with more efficiency. So yeah, this is a good thing. Void Staff, ability power increased. Okay. Cerilda's Grudge, passive, rancor bonus, armor penetration 20, plus 0.11% per 1 lethality. No, it's 25. Okay, so they increase the armor pen. This is a nerf to the tanks overall because they're buffing an item with armor with a magic pen and an item with armor pen. So this is an overall nerf to tanks. The runes, first strike, flat gold decreased, damage amplified decreased. Okay, so they're nerfing first strike. And the recommended things for every champion has changed. And then it says things for arena. So yeah, this was the patch. Let me get up there. So just so you show you what actually happened, the buffs and the nerfs, so you guys can see. So yeah, guys, these were the changes. There was not that big of a changes in this patch. This was a pretty fine patch. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Forget to drop the like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'm gonna bring you guys the patch, the best picks for this current meta. I didn't proc for 14.11 because I was out for a few days, and now I'm actually going to be in here. I do have some exams that I have to study for college, so I'm not going to have much time, but I'm going to try to bring it as soon as possible, the best picks for the current meta. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to drop the like, subscribe down there if you haven't yet, and guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.